Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's energy reading for September 25th through to October 2nd. We have some really cool themes this week, starting off with spiritual pregnancy, new beginnings, working with our nervous systems and our physical bodies, responsibility and ownership of our lives, dysregulation, pleasing others, resisting the trap, claiming self-worth and finding clarity, divine downloads, prioritizing self-care and joy, money and our relationship with finances, better understanding of the past, slowing down to retreat and recharge, and the fountain of youth. So we have some really interesting themes this week and lots to dive into. I feel like we are definitely moving into this new energy this week. We're starting off a new month in October, and we also come to the end of Mercury retrograde this week. So we're having a lot of this energy of completion, of wrapping up a cycle, closing out chapters and things that no longer serve, and we're really getting that clarity this week. So starting off our week, we have this beautiful theme of spiritual pregnancy and new beginnings. So a lot of us have been working hard the past few months, I want to say, really clearing old stories, releasing, doing those shadow work that's been needed. And with this, we've been creating this space. And I talk a lot about this just in general with my clients and my podcasts and on these energy updates. And it's really amazing to see that now these results are really coming forward because we've made a lot of this room. We've been releasing, and there's still release work to be done this week, but we're really getting this understanding of seeing things coming forward now. We're seeing some positive momentum, some positive movement in life. And I feel like a lot of us are in this pregnancy stage of getting ready to birth our dreams. So these new beginnings, these new chapters, and we're getting this excitement, this anticipation. What's going to birth? What are we going to birth into our world? Who do we want to be when we birth this new version of self? And we're growing and trusting and culminating these dreams. And it's this beautiful stage where we are getting excited for life, getting excited for the next thing to come. And that's exactly what I'm seeing, that we're in this stage right now. So energetically, we're definitely getting this forward momentum. We're allowing these things to grow. So what I wrote was, we're watching our seeds grow and trusting in the divine timing of our lives, remembering all is well. So this is a really important thing. If there's this anticipation, this excitement, and a lot of us sometimes can get impatient, but remember yourself to slow down this week, to allow room for divine timing. And what's so cool is when we think of a traditional pregnancy, we know that at the end of 9 months, there's going to be a baby, there's going to be a birth. So with that, it's like, allow the time, allow the incubation period to really take place, and we can't rush the process. But what we can know and have complete faith in is that at the assigned time, when that baby's ready to be birthed, it will be. And trusting in that truth, trusting in the divine timing of what is unfolding, and really surrendering to the process this week was a really, really strong message. Remembering all is well, okay? So dipping into this next theme, which really correlates with growing and incubating and creating this healthy new dream, is working with our physical bodies this week. So we actually have a very strong message of managing our nervous system, getting in tune with regulation of our hormones, of our bodies. And these are some pretty detailed messages that I was getting for a select few of us, is really balancing hormones, balancing mood, really working with that nervous system if we're in that fight or flight, and doing what we can proactively to support our physical bodies, seeing the mind and body and spirit connection. So what I wrote here was no more separation. Harmonize all aspects of self to bring balance and peace. So if you've been getting messages lately, if you've been feeling like your physical body isn't where it needs to be, or there's little messages that you're receiving that we're needing to make changes, this is the week that we're really needing to do it. So I'm really seeing a huge highlight on how we're eating, if we're hydrating, some very specific messages that were coming through, paying special attention to our hormones, balancing those things, and how we can support ourselves, our physical selves, because we've been doing so much inner work, and that really can be hard on the physical as well. So be mindful this week. Where are you with your health goals? Where do you want to be? How can you get there? And what little changes can you implement this week to really support yourself in all avenues? Because if we just do one area of our lives and we neglect the rest, we soon begin to see how they all connect and how they're all vital and important. So don't allow yourself to get that wake-up call. Allow yourself to recognize where change needs to come in now and make those changes. Very strong message this week with our physical forms, respecting them, loving them. So what can we do to support ourselves? How can we support ourselves as we go through change and transformation? Beautiful questions to ask, perhaps even some journal prompts for ourselves. So with this, we also see hand in hand our sensitivity this week. So embracing our emotions, recognizing where we might need a good cry. And I'm seeing a lot of us try to neglect our tears, neglect emotions that are trying to surface this week, and really honoring and respecting our emotions like never before is what is truly being called to do this week. So where we need more alignment, where do we need to embrace our sensitivity, and recognizing that our emotions are a very vital part of ourselves, honoring ourselves as well as our intuition. When we think of our intuition, how do we receive it? We receive it through feelings. We have that gut instinct, we have that gut feeling. So in essence, our emotions are real messengers to us, and the intuition usually comes through those emotions, through those heightened senses. So it's like, bring that awareness to your emotions this week, and I'm really seeing us needing to recognize them, honor them, and stop pushing them away. And in essence, when we embrace how we feel, we are giving ourselves that honor, that ownership, that, hey, you know what? I'm valid. I matter. These emotions are coming forward for a reason. And how can I start paying better attention to what they're trying to tell me? And I'm seeing a lot of us bring this recognition this week to triggers, to negativity, and this energy of needing to honor where we've met our limits. So once again, bringing this alignment, recognizing what these triggers are bringing forward instead of ignoring them. So when we get triggered in a scenario this week, really be mindful to dig deeper. What could this mean? What are these emotions trying to say? How can I bring this loving awareness to myself to see that this perhaps is a little awareness to where I need healing? And clearing that negative energy after we've honored it. So releasing that negativity from around us. I'm seeing a lot of us needing to ground in nature, a lot of us needing to even just do a nature walk to get the clarity we need around our emotions. And I'm hearing really prioritize some alone time this week so you can really dive deep into what your emotions are speaking to you this week, okay? I'm also seeing mirroring very strong here. So inner relationships being the theme that they've been in this Libra season and in this Mercury retrograde, very important to get that clarity. What are these relationships mirroring to me? If I'm triggered, how can I take ownership of my emotions and of my wounds? And I'm seeing some of us get this awareness that what has really bothered us about another person is really what's bothering ourselves. So how we are treating ourselves, acting from a wound, acting from old hurts. And we're recognizing, hey, maybe this is my wound that's triggered here. And perhaps it's less about this other person and their behavior and more about where I need healing. So bringing this awareness, where am I needing healing? And I'm seeing some of us apologizing for behavior that we're less than proud of, bringing this awareness to where we might be hurting others from our wounds, taking ownership there. Perhaps we've been really struggling with opening up, with being vulnerable, and perhaps that's pushed other people away, or perhaps we've actively pushed people away. And I'm seeing some of us in this kind of scenario taking ownership of that and saying, I'm so sorry, I don't want to push you away. I actually am just afraid. I'm afraid of being vulnerable. I'm afraid of opening up again because I've been so hurt. And I'm seeing some of us actually bring this bridge of the gap, so to speak. So creating this new bridge with others by simply having that honest and direct communication and taking ownership this week of our own triggers and wounds that have been surfacing. So really beautiful. And with this, we see the theme of forgiveness. So forgiving others where they've hurt us, forgiving ourselves where perhaps we've even unconsciously hurt others, bringing this forward movement of acceptance and self-love, and having the courage to face where we need to really dig a little deeper, having the courage to face where we've made mistakes and to free ourselves from blame, from guilt, from punishment, and bring back this harmony, alignment, and unconditional love of self. So really, really beautiful, amazing themes. So with this, we're bringing back harmony. We're bringing back aspects of self to balance and peace. And it's really shining through to this commitment of self, commitment to happiness, commitment to healing. And it's this follow through that we're seeing this week. So really allow yourself to let go of these old ties. Don't let the past or your old wounds hold you back from moving forward, and give yourself that grace and love as we go through these transitions this week. Very important. Next, we have the theme of acute responsibility. So owning our lives, okay? So once again, this really coincides with this former theme of working with our nervous systems, working within our relationships and forgiveness. So taking that responsibility, where do I need to take responsibility and ownership in life? Where do I need to let go of old programs and just say no, And I know sometimes that sounds a little frustrating. Well, I can't just say no because of this, this, and this. But how can we simplify the problems in our lives, get the big picture, and go, you know what? I am going to say no and reject things that no longer deserve my peace, no longer deserve to drain my energy, my vital essence. And we're beginning to see what it takes to live an aligned life, what it takes to choose ourselves. And we're beginning to make this practical plan and put it in action so we can be empowered by life and no longer being the victim to it. So where can we take ownership? Where do we need to forgive and let go? Where can we let go of the small stuff? So what I wrote here is no longer sweating the small stuff, no longer letting those little things irritate us and bother us like they used to, and making that dedication once again to our own peace, to our own happiness, and choosing our battles wisely, choosing what we commit ourselves to wisely. And I'm really seeing this harmony come in, like such a big theme with Libra season, this harmonization, this return to balance, balancing those scales, right? So being very mindful, where can I let go more in my life? Where can I let go of anything that's agitating me, that's really not important? And how can I focus my energy on what's really important to me now? So with this, we have this theme of dysregulation. So this is a really interesting word that came forward. So it's almost like this crack in the system, this disharmony, this disbalance. And what we're learning is this undoing of negative motives, thoughts, and ambitions is what I wrote. So we're actually, once again, coming to this harmony, okay? Being mindful of where things are not regulated in our lives. So what I was kind of getting here was certain individuals, perhaps certain relationships, and being mindful. Where are we allowing them to take the driver's seat in our lives? Where are we allowing others to make decisions or deceive us? Or where are we giving others this permission? And what I was really seeing this week is to be mindful of where we're being deceived, where there might be some negative motives, thoughts, whatever that might be. And this could be with our own relationship of self too. So please bear in mind, I don't ever like to put out fear-based energies. And with that, it's like, this is not to fear, this is to bring awareness. So bringing this awareness, is there any relationship in my life or even within my own relationship of self where there might be a little bit of deceit, or there might be a little bit of this warning bell going off for me intuitively? And it's like bringing that awareness. And once again, taking ownership, not giving our power away, not getting fearful, allowing ourselves to have an objective viewpoint of these relationships and really taking that honest assessment. Who is there really for me? Who is there who really has my back? And where do I need to trust and own my intuition more? So I'm really getting this clarity this week is coming through for us in our relationships, where people might not have the best motives with us, where others might be taking advantage. They're just kind of showing me people running away with you, taking from you, moving with you, and not really giving back. And I'm seeing this understanding come through of this giving and receiving, and this balance once more that needs to come to equanimity. So bringing that loving awareness, am I getting the return that I put in? Are people loving me the way I need to be loved? And taking ownership once again, where we might need to speak up, where we might need to balance the scales, and learning what we can from these relationships this week. So once again, doing that mirror technique is super important this week. So wherever we are bothered or troubled with others, really getting out that magnifying glass and directing it towards ourselves. Where are we doing the same thing? Where are we needing to course correct? Where do we need to take better ownership over ourselves and how we treat ourselves? Okay, so once again, getting that clarity. So I wrote here, healing symptoms of betrayal and past hurt. So this might be what's mirroring back to us. So if something happens this week, if you get triggered by someone, if someone you catch someone in a lie, or you catch some deceit going on, if that's the case, be aware. Is this showing me where I'm triggered still? And is this showing me where I'm still holding onto old wounds of perhaps betrayal, distrust, and past hurt? Like, is this magnifying these wounds that have been lingering beneath the surface? And how can we embrace those emotions that surface from this experience? And how can we really make the most of these triggers? So if this comes to light this week, if we get this awareness of those who are really not in our corner, and we start seeing this mirroring, this is how we're going to make the most of it, because then we can truly heal these symptoms of past hurt and pain. And I'm really seeing this highlight of betrayal here. So perhaps we've been betrayed in the past, and since then we just haven't been able to trust the same. We haven't been able to be vulnerable and get past those hurts. And perhaps this week we're going to get this illumination of how we can truly let these emotions go for good. And once again, get this step back, this awareness of the big picture. What energies do I want to step into now? Where do I want to go from here? And how can I truly close off this cycle and bring this awareness that these triggers are not always a bad thing. They're helping us get that bigger picture. They're helping us see what these things could mean for us and let go of these cycles, patterns, and limiting beliefs. Okay? Really strong message. So then we have pleasing others. So this really goes into this theme. I'm just seeing this correlation here. So pleasing others. Do not fall into the trap. So that's what I wrote here. So where are we people pleasing? Where are we bending when we need to be standing tall? Okay, so really strong message here as well. Stand on your own 2 feet. Remain solid, firm, and strong in who you are. Recognizing your worth, that you matter. And what I was really getting is act like it. So once we have this awareness, hey, you know what? I'm learning that I matter. I'm learning that I am worth the things that I want and deserve the things that I want in life. And I'm recognizing that I want to respect myself, that I want to go after my dreams. So it's like when we have this awareness, how can we now let this logic really step in to our heart space where we now feel it? We now know it intuitively, emotionally, mentally, energetically, not just in the brain. Because a lot of us, we have this understanding, well, yes, I know I matter, right? But are we acting on it? And do we really know it from a heart space? Okay, so from the heart space, it's time to know it. So I'm seeing a lot of us coming to this understanding that we can't just go with the logic. We have to also feel it. So how can we begin to cultivate these emotions? How can we start feeling it by dropping into the heart space and recognizing our worth and value? So beautiful message this week to stop our people-pleasing ways. Empower yourself this week. Don't allow the emotions or the past to deter you from really stepping up and owning who you are, taking what you deserve, and saying no to people, even if it feels uncomfortable. So I'm really seeing this transmutation of negative energies and bringing them forward to this more positive outlook. So really prioritizing our well-being this week is very important. So if you feel guilty, if you feel bad for saying no, allow yourself to feel those things, listen to those old stories, and then recognize them for what they are. The past coming up to heal. You no longer need to stay in this pattern, and choosing yourself is what's really going to transmute this energy. So releasing those negative thoughts, releasing those expectations of self, those unrealistic expectations that you can please everybody. You cannot. These unrealistic expectations of you need to be perfect, that you need to take ownership and responsibility for everyone in your life. It's time to transform that story, my friends. So don't be surprised if you get triggered. If people don't like your newfound boundaries, it's almost this energy of like, too bad, I'm choosing me. I come first now, and I'm learning that this is the right thing for me. And with this, we bring this alignment and empowerment. And I'm also seeing us break these karmic cycles, these even lineage, ancestral healing coming through very strongly in this people-pleasing aspect. So be mindful where these patterns, these deep-seated patterns, are healing from even that lineage and from karmic cycles of the past. So bring that awareness in as well. So then we have the next theme of claiming self-worth and finding clarity. So this really all goes hand in hand. When we say no, we say yes to ourselves. We claim our self-worth and we find this clarity that, hey, you know what? I am deserving. So it's really, really beautiful. I'm seeing a lot of us step into this role. I'm seeing a lot of us begin to leave those old energies of the past, and they're showing me you stepping into a completely new energy by doing this. So recognize when these situations come up this week where you're like, oh, I really feel like I need to do this for this person, or oh, what if I fail, or what if I need to please this person over myself? And it's like, recognize that as, hey, remember this reading. No, it's time to choose me. No, it's time to put me first. It's time to claim my worth. And this is my opportunity to do that right now, okay? And give yourself grace as you move through this, because this could be challenging for a lot of us. We might not know how. We've never done this perhaps before, but it's coming to this understanding, okay, I'm learning, and I'm willing to make the change. I'm willing to break this cycle, and I'm willing to support myself in this. So even if others don't support me in these choices, even if others don't like the boundaries I'm putting in, I'm going to give myself this grace, this compassion, this moment of uncomfortability, and push through it, and give myself that kindness throughout those emotions that might surface, feeling like I'm disappointing others, feeling like I'm not worthy of doing what I'm doing. Whatever those stories that come up, it's like I'm going to hold that space and compassion, and I'm going to release them to God, to the universe for healing. So recognizing God is that source. The universe is that source for us. So whenever you're struggling in this, I'm hearing call in support. Call in your guides to help remove these energies, to fully say goodbye, and to cut those cords that tie you to these cycles, okay? Really beautiful. And with this, we're getting this full understanding of deservingness, of joy and beauty, and we're extinguishing a lot of these long-held fears. So I'm seeing this purging take place this week, which is so cool. We're purging these old hurts, these wounds, even karmic wounds, ancestral wounds from our bodies, from our energies, and it's this complete purification that's really taking place this week. So I'm seeing the element of water being highlighted here, so please take showers, take baths, be by the beach, be by the water as much as you can. This will also really help you connect with that clearing energy. So I'm seeing that be very vital for our auras, purging the energies, and doing what you can to work with this element this week is very strongly highlighted. So I'm seeing this little side note that I wrote here. So you are the ruler of your life. You can remove harsh energies or toxicities from your body, mind, and environment at any time. So this was a really strong message as well. So once again, if we get into this point of view that we can't do it, and we say that to ourselves, how can we change the story? So taking responsibility. I can own my life. I'm the only one who lives my life, and I'm the one who is solely responsible for making the change. Nobody else is going to do it for me. And I'm seeing us take, once again, this leadership role. I can take responsibility. I can remove these energies, these toxic relationships, these toxic belief systems from my mind, from my body, and my environment at any time. And I'm seeing a lot of us cultivate this mantra like, yes, I'm the leader of my life. I can have the courage to do this. I can commit to my happiness. I am strong. And really getting this groundedness that comes from this real acknowledgement of this. And so I'm seeing this foundation now that we're building that brings us to this period of strength. So really, really cool. Then we have this theme of divine downloads. So a lot happening with our crown chakras this week. I'm seeing a lot of us upgrading our energy. So once again, choosing to step into a completely new energy. And all of us are faced with this choice this week. Are we going to choose the old, or are we going to choose the new? And I'm seeing a lot of us step into this new upgraded energy this week. So be very mindful of these divine downloads that come through. I'm seeing a lot of clarity in our relationships, a lot of clarity around our fears and the purpose of the fear we have, and removal of these fears. And I'm seeing this real beauty come in as well with this. So from this healing standpoint, we now begin to rejoice, because it's like, oh, everything's coming together. I'm seeing things align. I'm seeing how this has all been for my highest good, so I can let go of these cycles for good. And we begin to be thankful and bring gratitude for this beautiful experience of Mercury retrograde and all of these purging of negative stories. As hard as it's been, it's like, thank you so much, universe, for letting me let this go for good. And we begin to rejoice, and this celebratory energy comes through this week where we're rejoicing in our connections that do build us up. We're rejoicing in the love we do have, and we're relishing every beautiful, precious moment we have in this experience. And I'm seeing us welcome in with a full heart, an open heart, new connections that can truly come in now, because we're letting go of the ones that no longer serve. We're forgiving, we're letting go, we're clearing so we can make space in the heart once more to really cultivate those connections that really serve us, that really give us love. And with this, I'm seeing this beautiful balance come in with this knowledge that it is safe for us to receive now. And this is really coming through in our avenue of finances as well this week. So we have this highlight of relationships, but also this relationship with our finances, how we've been with money, where we've been fearful of money. So I'm seeing some of these money blocks come through this week where we're really clearing now and understanding why they've been there in the first place. And we're bringing this understanding that it is safe now for us to receive money. It is safe for us to receive love, the gifts of the universe. And this is the point in our journey that we need to get to so we can begin to manifest and truly bring in what we've been trying to create. So it's really, really cool. I'm seeing this influx of money this week. I'm seeing this influx in our ability to build wealth. I'm seeing this abundance mindset come through. We're plucking the weeds, these old stories that no longer serve. We're beginning to plant new seeds and watching these flowers blossom and grow. And we're getting this better understanding of why we've had these blocks in the first place. We're getting this education this week. I'm really seeing that come through. So if you are starting to commit to building wealth, or if you're curious in how to build your own business, really dive into educating yourself this week. So education around manifesting, education around building business, education about how to put forward a practical plan and structure for your dreams so they have a solid foundation to grow from, okay? So once again, we're in this incubation period in this pregnancy stage. So how can we build this foundation? How can we feed and nurture our dreams so when they birth, they have this strong foundation to grow from, okay? So really bring this awareness to your relationship with money, how you can increase your wealth, and getting the assistance you need in that. So some of you, perhaps you need to reach out for some financial support, some people who specialize in that field, booking sessions, getting advice from your guides around this area of your life, because I am seeing it come through strongly, this energy of money, finances, and career. So getting that clarity you need to sever those vows to poverty, to open up the heart, to be willing to receive money, wealth, finances, and blessings. And I'm seeing a lot of us come back to this main truth, which is the universe is our source. The universe will provide. So if you find yourself addressing these triggers this week in the finances, in the field of finances, come back to that truth. I am always safe. The universe has my back. The universe wants me to succeed. And I know that the universe can give me everything I need if I ask and if I'm willing to receive it. So allowing yourself to feel safe this week, and once again, come to this normalization of the nervous system, work with your physical. If you're triggered, if you feel those fears, how can I calm myself down? How can I take the driver's seat and take control to change the energy, to comfort and nurture myself? Very important. Okay, so with this, we have the theme of prioritizing self-care and joy. How can I meet my needs this week? How can I create joy? How can I slow down and nurture myself? Because I'm seeing a lot of us want to push this week, but the guidance is to go slowly. Easy does it, okay? Your health, your happiness, your abundance all require a gentle approach right now. So I'm really seeing us tap into the energy of grace. We had Swan coming through here very strong, the totem Swan, which is all about grace and beauty and allowing that natural progression of things to take place. So once again, don't push. Don't overdo, very strong message. Slow down, retreat. Keep telling yourself you are safe, you are held. There's beauty to be found in every moment, in each stage of the journey. So prioritize that self-care, practice meeting those needs, and I'm really seeing us making plans to be joyful. So be joyful as much as you can, but this beauty of creating things to look forward to. So a lot of us, we might have been really stuck in this cycle of, healing, integrating these new things, making these big changes, and maybe it's been scary. Maybe it's been hard. Maybe we've been having a hard time navigating all of this and it's been all consuming. But what I'm seeing now is really make things and make plans for adventure. Make some plans to have something to look forward to so we can get out of this, what's the word I'm looking for? More serious nature and get playful again. So I'm really seeing adventure come through here. I'm really seeing a lot of us be proactive in like planning a vacation, planning the activities you want to do, booking different events, like getting excited for living life. And even if it's just these little things, I'm seeing some of us buy like Halloween decorations or Christmas decorations or whatever you really love, like even those simple things, doing it, creating this plan for the future so you always have something to be joyful about. You always have something you're working towards that's exciting. And I'm seeing a lot of us do this practical plan this week to really allow that fun to come back in. Okay, so really beautiful energy. So what I wrote here is make plans for the future, have something to look forward to, journal and dive deep into new adventures and consciously manifest them into your reality. So really, really beautiful themes. So last but not least, I have this theme of fountain of youth, okay? So what's really cool is I see a lot of us taking for granted our health, our vitality, and where we are currently in our lives. So whether you're young or not, really coming to this energy of I am youthful. I have so much to celebrate in my life. There is so much to look forward to in my future and rejoicing in that youthful, childlike wonder. And I'm seeing a lot of us needing to take on this energy this week. So once again, we might be tied up in a lot of these serious themes that have presented this week, but remember, I can prioritize my joy. I can choose to still laugh, to have fun, to rejoice in all my blessings that are already here, and really cultivate this beautiful and fun relationship with my inner child, where we can shake the negativity off. We can move forward in a way that feels good, and taking the first step ourselves from this conscious awareness that I can parent myself. I can take those first steps forward. I don't need to wait for anyone else to do it for me. And this beauty really is coming through strongly of this complete transformation this week. And it is absolutely stunning. And with this, I'm seeing this recognition of divine calling coming through. So a lot of us might have this clarity this week of what direction we want to move forward next. And I'm seeing this divine mission coming through. I'm seeing a lot of us coming to this awareness that, hey, my joy is my divine path. Whatever lights me up is my divine calling. And it's taking those conscious steps every day to choose that higher calling, to choose what sparks fire within your soul, and consciously doing those things as often as you can. So overall, absolutely beautiful messages this week. I feel like so many things have presented in the collective energy to go through. So I know this reading was a little bit longer than usual, but I really feel like all of us are really needing this guidance as we move forward. So I really hope this helps you as you move through these beautiful themes this week. So I'm sending you all so much love. If you need help with anything, please let me know. I am taking bookings into October, so please connect with me. I would love to meet with you, help you with whatever you are needing help with, getting the clarity you need, helping you with relationships, with your money blocks, whatever it is that's surfacing for you. Book a session. Take that initiative to have that self-care. And I would love to be that person for you. So if you would like to connect with me, I will leave my information below. And in the meantime, have a beautiful and blessed week, my friends. Bye.